This is Smiles TV. Welcome to Smiles TV. I'm Stephanie Anthony Miles, and we're taking smiles across the world. Let's zoom over to Nigeria to chat with Olutosin. Tosin, a woman who turns trash into treasures. Tosin has been called a fierce woman by local and international media. Once abused by her husband, abused in childhood by poverty, and even abused by culture, Tosin sets the pace for kindness and love. Hunger and starvation are daily problems for many in Tosin's world. She became empowered using her God-given gifts to teach others to be self-sufficient. Tosin founded the Star of Hope Transformation Center, where various trades are taught. She creates and sells beautiful pieces of art and other items to fund many of her projects. These projects serve to help those in need. This woman, Tosin, a fierce woman, is an example to all of us that one person can make a difference. Remember, Jesus Christ was born of a virgin. He was crucified and buried, and he rose on the third day. Confess with your mouth that Jesus is Lord. Believe in your heart that God has raised him from the dead, and thou shalt be saved. Stay tuned for more smiles.
When in need of residential and commercial construction projects, from roofing, siding, flooring, including all interior carpentry, painting, and more, you need a company that is efficient, effective, and professional. A company that will complete the job on time. You need On Time Contracting Incorporated. On Time Contracting provides quality work completed in a timely manner. Oliver McDowell, founder and owner of On Time Contracting, is insured and bonded, and provides an array of services for residential and commercial facilities. Contact On Time Contracting for your many residential or commercial construction, roofing, cleaning, or other needs at 618-567-3591. That's 618-567-3591. On Time Contracting Incorporated. Your project can indeed be completed on time.
Yes, we're taking smiles across the world. We're going all the way to Ibadan, Nigeria, and we have a young lady who's going to give you a wealth of information. You know, most of us would like to do something in our own communities. We want to help out periodically, and we complain and we say we can't do this and we can't do that, and what can one person do? Well, we're going to show you what one person can do. Tosin, how are you?
I am fine, thank you. And how are you?
I am blessed, and this is so exciting to be able to talk with you in Nigeria. You know, this pandemic has actually led way to greater production, so we thank God for that. So, Tosin, you're a remarkable person. You know, you've been lauded worldwide for some of the work that you're doing in your own community. Tell me a little bit about Tosin. You know, I'll say this. The person who introduced us said that Tosin is a person who may not have a dime in her pocket, but she's going to help somebody else, and that you're doing that on a regular basis. You tell me, who is Tosin?
Okay. My name is Olutosin, and I'm from Owo, in western part of Nigeria. I was born in 1972, and my father died in 1976, which means that I don't know, I've never seen my father before. So I saw his picture, and my mother, she's late now. She was a widow. And she did all kinds of things to make sure that she put food on our table. Life was very tough. Even feeding us was an issue. Feeding me in particular, because I am the last born, and I lived with her for like 17 years. So, you know, between the time I was born to the time I left Owo, we had lived in 8 different houses. And these are houses, maybe it's my mother's house, her father's house, or my grandmother's house. Is my uncles. They will usually beat her and send her away out of those houses. You know, sometimes we will sleep in uncompleted buildings, no windows, nothing. My mother and myself, people's homes, people's uncompleted buildings. My mother and myself, she will not sleep from night till the following morning. She will just sit down watching over me. So we lived in abject poverty. And I told God Almighty that if I ever live, if I escape, if I became educated, that I will help as many people as possible. You know, when people say we go to school without shoes, we go to school without bags. No, I went to school without food. So my mother would say, okay, go to school. By the time you come back, there will be food at home. I will go to school at 7 o'clock, close at 5 p.m. with nothing. And I will never breathe it out. I will never tell anybody that I was hungry or I was without food. And whenever we get home, there will always be food. Whatever we call it, as long as there was something to put in my mouth. So when it comes to poverty, my sister, I had a first-hand experience. There was a day, my mother was thinking about a business that she wanted to be selling fish. She would go to somewhere to buy fish. And she went to meet her friend. And that was the only friend I knew with my mother. And my mother told her, please, will you please give me some money to start fish business? Do you know what she said? She said, sell your bed to me. You know bed, the bed frame and the mattress. And that was the only thing we had. And my mother sold it to her. And we slept on the floor for years.
Wow.
And she gave my mother money and she was selling dry fish. You know, so that is the height of poverty. So today, when I look back, no matter what it is in my hand, it's not enough for me to give to a woman that is passing through her own phase of poverty.
Wow. Wow. And you know what's
So,
awesome?
you know, also we have this uncle. The uncle preferred my elder sister. So my elder sister follows him to his farm. Every Christmas, he will buy a dress for my elder sister. I didn't have Christmas dress. So my sister will always give me the Christmas dress of last year. And I will be waiting for this dress. While she receives a new one, she gives me her old dress. Do you understand now? So it's as bad as that.
Wow.
So if I have anything, I believe it is given by God. So if God gives it to me, He will give me another one. I don't have a dime in my account. I don't keep money there. I have accounts, I don't save. I don't. Because what I save is what is enough to change somebody's life. Why should I keep it in a bank when it can transform somebody's life? So if she tells you that I don't have a dime, I don't keep anything. It is given, it must be given out. That is my philosophy.
Wow, that is so heartwarming. I do want to ask this question because you help young girls and you try to keep them from being trafficked through the sex trafficking that's going on worldwide. Tell me about your passion for that and what you're doing to help in that effort.
Okay. You know, there's one thing people don't know. Hunger can push anybody to do anything. A woman who has 8 children can sell one to feed 7. A girl who had nothing to eat can sell her body. Presently, I am in Owo. I am in my community where I was born. And I see what poverty can push people to do. So my passion, the burning passion is out of my personal experience, my mother's experience, my own experience, my sister's experience, the experiences of girls that I see all around me. You know, about 2-3 years ago, I came to my community to do empowerment program for women where we train women on skill acquisition. When I came in, I didn't want to leave again because I saw girls who will exchange their body for less than $0.25. Just pimp, 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 sex for money, sex for money. It's so rampant. A girl of 15, a girl of 16, they have so much burden. They don't want to see their parents or their mother in poverty or in hunger. My sister, hunger kills. Malnutrition maims. It causes diseases. It destroys people's esteem.
Wow.
And you see, when we talk about passion for people, it's a gift. It's not everybody who has the burden to help people. That is why you see African leaders, Nigerian leaders, they are like dead wood. They do not have any conscience. They do not have any passion to help poor people. It's not their fault because God did not place it on their shoulders. They do not have it. God did not send them to deliver people. They are just there like ghosts, like dead people. Because as we speak now, when we grew up in this community, and it is still happening now, in the night, if we were hungry and our mother, if she didn't have food to give us, they will make open fire, like a bonfire, and they will tell you there's yam in that fire. We are going to roast yam for you. My sister, we will sit down and wait for this yam. You will wait and sleep beside the fire and they will take you inside. You wake up the following day and you discover that you did not eat yam. Do you know, when I grew up, I was asking my mother, those 2 bars of yam you kept in fire, do you know what she said? She said they were stone. Stone. They will carry big stone, put it inside fire, and they will fire it up. You will think there is 2 bars of yam. There is no yam. And today, many women still keep stone inside fire.
Wow.
While the children will wait in vain, they wait in hunger, and they will sleep beside the fire, believing that there was a tuber inside that fire, tuber of yam. Many women, many mothers, many children are still waiting in vain for those tubers of yam inside fire, not knowing that their mothers were roasting stones. So if this is happening in communities, if it happened 45, 47 years ago, and it is still happening today, then we know we don't have leaders. We have people who are dealing with us, who are ruthless, who are heartless. Because in the midst of poverty, our leaders, they still find it to increase the price of fuel today in Nigeria. And I think with this level of poverty among poor people in Nigeria, by now, fuel should be free. It shouldn't be increased. That is why I said passion is spiritual. It has nothing to do with leadership. It has everything to do with God.
Yes,
when God places it on your shoulder, you will find it very hard to sleep while others are living in abject penury.
And you know what? You did something with that feeling. You didn't just feel that and maintain that on the inside. You actually reached out and you have developed a transformation center. You've also developed a food bank. Tell us about your center, what goes on at that center, and your food bank as well.
Yes, my sister, we have a center in Ibasa, and we are starting a new one in Owo now. The center in Ibasa takes care of women and girls. We have a center where women learn different kinds of vocation free of charge. We don't charge any money for application, for graduation, we don't collect money from any woman. And we also have a place for girls where we train girls different kinds of skills, life skills, and also basic skills that they can, like baking bread, baking cake, doing all those little things that girls can do in order to sell and be able to feed themselves or to buy as little as sanitary pads or to eat. Because there was a girl during our program, you know what she said? Her name is, because she recently changed her name. So she said, you know, Auntie Tosi, there is this man in our house. If this man touches one breast, she pays 50 naira. If she touches the second breast, it's 100 naira for both breasts. And she uses this 100 naira for transportation to school, to and fro. And this is a girl of about 13, 14 years old. So that is what we do in Ibasa. We break the silence, we train them, we support them. We have a scholarship program for girls, especially orphans, total orphans, or girls who have, maybe the mother is alive or the father is not alive. We support that, and we support women too. For our food bank, I discovered, my sister, when food is out of poverty, whatever remains is manageable. When you take away food from poverty, whatever remains, it's manageable. If it is where to sleep, if it is to wash one cloth and wear one every day, but as long as there's something in your belly, it will be very easy for you to think, to reason like a normal human being. So we decided to say, okay, why not start a place where women can come for food? Some women, like my mother would say, watching you eat fills my stomach. Many mothers just watch their children eat. So that is why we started the Otun Food Bank. It's a transformation food bank where we always make not cooked food. It's raw food stuff available for women every Sunday, especially widows and vulnerable women, single mothers, very old women, and sick men who are very sick. We give them food too every Sunday.
That is such a blessing. That is such a blessing. You are a blessing to the world. Also, you just recently were able to purchase some land.
Yes, my sister.
What do you plan to do with that land, Tosin?
Yeah. We were able to buy 11 acres of land in Owo. We choose Owo because we got very cheap land in Owo. So it's 11 acres, and the plan is to plant food and make it available free for widows and old women, because a food bank does not have long-term sustainability. But if we have a farm bank where there's physical farm, we can plant, we can harvest, we can eat, we can give free. That is the plan. And this week we were able to use a tractor to clear the land and make it ready for planting season.
Wow.
I think this is the first farm in Nigeria. It's going to be a farm where every hungry woman can come into. They will harvest without questioning, without application form, without phone number, without address. As long as a poor woman can trace us down to our farm, we make food available for free for her and her children.
Wow. And I've seen some of your magnificent artwork that you use, and you sell that work to help fund some of the projects. Yes. Tell us about your artwork. You taught yourself how to be a quilter?
Yes. You see, my sister, I am a survivor of domestic violence. I experienced violence in my marriage. And it got to a point that I felt so little. You see, what we don't know is that when a husband beats the wife, that actual beating is nothing. But the days after the beating, that was my own problem. After the beating, I could not face him. I could not stand him. I could not face his family members. When they came to apologize, I didn't want to see anybody. I felt so little. I felt as if I was nothing. When a husband beats you to the point of hiding under the bed, for a man who is supposed to be your love, your husband, your everything, beats you to the point of being taken to the hospital. So when I came back, I just felt, no, we can't continue like this. You can't treat me like a princess yesterday, and today you are kicking me like trash. You can only kick trash with your foot. You don't kick your lovers like that. I felt like trash, Sister Me. I felt like trash. I felt like ending my life. I was so ashamed of myself. And that feeling of trash was why I began to use trash to make beautiful things.
Oh, yeah, you have something that's called Tosin's Treasures, where you turn, like you said, what others may consider to be trash, you turn it into beautiful artwork. And we have some pictures we're going to be showing of some of your work. And some of those your quilts are huge. They're almost as tall as you are. I've seen you standing by some of them. They're almost as tall as you. If anybody wants to help you in your efforts, what can they do? How can they make contact with you?
I always say, people can say she's begging, she's begging. I don't beg for myself. I don't beg for myself because I have very good sisters on Walpole who support me personally. So I don't need clothes. I don't need shoes. I don't need phones. I don't need wristwatches. They give me all these things free of charge. All I want is people to support the girls that we are supporting in Ibasa.
Okay.
I want to replicate the same in our work. And I want people to buy what I am doing. If you buy my artwork, it will be easy for me to support as many girls as possible. And with this farm, I've never seen a free farm for women in my life. A free farm for women is just a dream. And now it's coming into reality. I've never seen anybody, even a government in Nigeria. So I want people to support me to build this farm and make this dream a reality. We have 11 acres. We can buy more. And land is cheap here in Owo. I want the farm to take off. I want women to know that there is a place we can go to where man will not ask for sex in exchange for foodstuff. I will not ask for sex. I will not ask a woman for money. I will not touch their breast. I just want to give them foodstuff. And I want it to be from the farm because it is sustainable. Wow, and when I do it, I believe there are more women out there who will want to start free farm for women in their different communities. I want the world to support me to make this possible and let people know that it is possible to support people even when you are poor, if people can support you.
You are a godsend. We thank God for you. You are an example for not just Nigeria, but for the world. And that's why here in the United States, I wanted to be able to show you and let people hear your heart and your passion and the things that you're doing with no money.
No money.
No money. And you're blessing so many people. And I think you have a great idea of replicating what you're doing throughout the world. We need to know you, Tosin. We're glad. And I can't wait till you come to the United States so I can actually meet you in person.
Yes.
Real quickly, tell us about the World Pulse organization that you mentioned.
Okay. I joined World Pulse about 11 years ago when I was at the verge of suicide. I was fed up with life when I joined World Pulse Online, and I saw this organization where women were writing their stories. World Pulse is in Portland, and I joined. When I joined, I started writing my stories. They were my life experiences. The things that gave me sleepless nights. And when I write, women from all over the world, they comment. They told me how beautiful my write-ups were. They told me, your story, you are not alone. It's the same in Uganda. It's the same in Mexico. I became friends with a lot of women from different parts of the world, more than 60,000 women. And before I know it, these women started supporting me. They started inviting me to speak at their programs, and they just don't invite me. They pay for my tickets. They support me, support my project. They put word for me. And when there are opportunities around the world, they will tell me, Olutosin, apply for this. There is scholarship. They will pay for your ticket. Olutosin, apply for this training here and there. And I began to attend training. And, I don't see myself as a poor woman again. I see myself as a woman who is rich in sisters and brothers. Lot of beautiful support from people around the world.
Well, we think you're beautiful and we thank God for you. Is there anything else you would like to share to our viewing audience that we didn't get a chance to talk about? One thing I didn't say is, you were talking about your education and you went really far. Tell us about your education real quickly.
Okay. I schooled in Owo. in primary and secondary school in Owo. Then from there, I went to the University of Lagos. I studied English language, and it was very easy then because it was like free education. So after my master's degree, I was able to attend many trainings in India, in South Africa, in America, in Canada, in Sweden, in Germany, many countries, and it was free. They always invite me, they give me scholarship, and they train me for free.
Well, we thank God for you, and we're going to make sure that this broadcast goes far and wide. We pray that God would help us in that effort, and we pray that He continue to strengthen you in all that you're doing, and that He protect you and the whole land where you are.
Amen. And you too.
God bless you and God keep you. I'm going to have to go and sign off now, and I want to thank you again, Tosin. Much love to you.
Love you, sister. Love you.
Okay.
Love you more.
I want to thank our viewing audience for watching us. We were talking to Tosin, who works in Ibasa in Nigeria, and keep in touch with her and say some prayers for her. She says she doesn't really want any money or anything. She needs support. They need food. They need items for building and things of that nature. And thank you for watching Smiles Television Talk Show. We have taken Smiles across the world. We're signing off from Nigeria via Zoom. And remember, only what you do for Christ will last. Jesus is the Lord be magnified. Keep smiling. You look better when you smile. When you visit Big Mama's in East St. Louis, Illinois, located at 5900 St. Clair Avenue, you will need a fork and a bib. Big Mama's is known for their barbecue, cakes, excellent service, and giving back to the community. Call in, eat in, drive through, carry out, order for your office. You can call Big Mama's at 618-398-8950 or visit 5900 St. Clair Avenue in East St. Louis, Illinois.
IDEX Media does a lot. From IDEX Photography to IDEX Films. We help create forever memories and forever impressions. Imagination, image a world. IDEX Media.
Awesome sauce. Yeah, baby.